Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us this morning for our Sunday meditation. Thank you for joining us at home. Our meditation this morning is it's kind of a mashup of a couple, but Lavender. And it's a meditation for easing anxiety and stress that we're sometimes perceiving lately. So let's begin in a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands together and take a moment for gratitude. Close your eyes and focus on what you are grateful for in this moment now. No matter what we're going through, we can always find gratitude and simplicity. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful for my loved ones. I'm grateful for the sun, our earth, the air I breathe. I'm grateful for this moment of peace. And release your hands back to your knees, either palms up for receiving or palms down for grounding. Let's take 3 deep breaths with an open mouth exhale. Begin to arrive into this moment. Feel your body begin to let go as you turn within. We'll start bringing awareness to and relaxing the entire body. On your next deep inhale, bring your shoulders up, and upon exhale, gently relax your shoulders down. Let's repeat this 2 more times. Feel the release of tension with each exhale. Now take a deep breath to reset, in and out through the nose, and notice how your body feels now. Let's release tension from the neck. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, bring your chin down to stretch the back of your neck, and hold there for 2 full deep breaths. On your last exhale, bring your chin to neutral and face forward. Now, breathe in and tilt your head up to stretch the front of your neck. Hold here for 2 full breaths, relaxing your jaw. Reset to center, and on the next inhale, we'll stretch to each side, gently tilting your head to the right. Hold for 2 deep breaths. Turn back to center, and now the left side, again for 2 deep breaths. Return to center. Take a deep breath and open mouth exhale to reset. Notice how your body feels now. Begin to feel the relaxation of your body here in this present moment. Let's bring our awareness to the rest of the body. Relax your forehead. Relax your mouth, your jaw. Relax all your facial muscles. Relax your shoulders, your arms. Relax your hands and fingertips. Bring relaxation to your heart. Relax your stomach. Relax your pelvis, your hips, your thighs. Relax your calves. Relax your feet and toes, Continue to breathe deeply in and out through the nose. Feel your body totally relaxing. Allow yourself to feel the stillness of this moment. There is absolutely nothing you need to do other than what you're already doing right now. Just being. Relaxed and centered in your innermost sanctuary. Just breathe. As you take a deep breath in, visualize positive light energy coming into your body through the crown of your head. On the inhale, feel this energy circulate throughout your entire body, down through your limbs. And on the exhale, releasing any negative, stagnant energy, thoughts, or emotions, down through your feet and into the earth. Let's repeat this visualization one more time with a deep inhale and full exhale, trading low vibrational energy for high vibrational energy. This calm place of peace is within you always. You can turn within, and with a few deep breaths, you may enter. You don't even need to knock. When conditions get crazy out there, gift yourself even 5 minutes of turning within to reset, center, and breathe into the present moment. Right here, right now, you are safe. When we allow our minds to dwell on the past or worry about the future, neither of which exist in the moment, it can cause mental stress and anxiousness. We can't change the past, and we can't predict the future. The past and future are mental figments of our imagination, perceptions held in the mind. All we have control over is now, doing the best we can in the moment we're in. The only real thing is the present moment. It is always your place of power, your deep breath and inward location. The only thing that's real is the present moment. Right now, feel the energy you have flowing through your body. Right now, you are alive, you are here, and you are safe. I'm going to share some positive affirmations with you. Feel free to recite along with me in your mind. I am worthy as I am. I am enough as I am. I am strong, brave, healthy, and resilient. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. I know that I am exactly where I'm meant to be, and I know that Spirit is right here within me, available, reachable, connected, breathing me. I use my power in this present moment. I am guided, protected, and loved. I trust in the guidance of the universe. I allow myself to let go of all the persistent, inbound negativity. Allow myself to trust that divine right action is taking place, whether or not it appears evident. It is evident in me right now. I choose love over fear. I am a being of light, and I choose to lead with this light. I am authentic, true to myself, and to others. I am aligned with spirit. I feel lighter. I feel freer, remembering who I am. As we continue our meditation, visualize yourself out in your everyday feeling peaceful. What does this look like to you? See your peace from the inside out. Now expand the peace that you are, the light that you are, into a greater area, into your family, your community, your everyday comings and goings. Focus on that image and visualize it in as much detail as possible, inviting sights and sounds, even smells. Place your peaceful self in the scene of peace surrounding you. Visualize yourself as your brightest self, feeling calm but mighty, a sense of serenity amongst the chaos. Begin to bring your awareness back to your breath. Take 3 deep breaths with an open mouth exhale. Put your hands together and return to your thoughts of gratitude. Thank yourself for nourishing yourself with this meditation session. Blink your eyes open and observe your surroundings with a fresh perspective. Continue into your day with gratitude, positivity, and peace. Naturally you. Namaste. We thank you for joining us this morning for this meditation, and we hope those of you at home will hang out and join us at 10:15 for our celebration service. Thank you.
Woo, yeah. Welcome to the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living and our Sunday celebration service. Whether you have chosen to be with us here in the sanctuary at 4 Points by Sheridan, or you have invited us into your homes through the power of live streaming, we are very grateful to be here together as a spiritual community, to be here together to really share who we are and to hug each other up and love each other up, which of course we always love to do. So thank you very much for being here. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dusty Rippelmeyer, and I have the honor and the privilege of being this community's spiritual director. The Triangle Center for Spiritual Living is a spiritual community that honors all paths and promotes global transformation through personal transformation. We're a spiritual community that can support you as you strive to develop a personal relationship with the divine, a spiritual community where you are respected and accepted just for being who you are, a space and place for inspiration, revelation, and insight, as well as loving support to really become your highest and best self. No matter where you are on your spiritual path, you are welcome here. We are a part of a larger organization called Centers for Spiritual Living, which is a global community of over 450 spiritual communities, teaching chapters, and focus ministries throughout 30 countries worldwide. Centers for Spiritual Living is a practical and positive faith, philosophy, and way of life whose vision is a world that works for all. So we are very glad that you are here with us today as we continue to strive to attain that vision. I have a couple of announcements for this morning. The first is really directed towards two specific groups of people. One group is all of the amazing people who used to attend our services but have not been coming for a while. What I absolutely believe is that we are all exactly where we are supposed to be at any given time. You have been missed. I realize that we are always connected in ways that can never be broken. However, we have missed your presence, your consciousness, your laughter, your hugs, and your love. Because of that, we are hosting a very special service, a homecoming service, if you will, in your honor. And it will be filled with message, music, ritual, and prayer. There will be warmth and laughter and love. It will be an opportunity to see people that maybe you have not seen for a very long time. We invite you to experience your community again. The homecoming service will be held on Sunday, March 9th. There will be a meditation at 9:45 as always, with the service unfolding at 10:15. It will be held at 4 Points by Sheridan at 1200 Clarence Circle in Morrisville. We will be hosting a community mixer with finger foods and desserts afterward, which will give us even more time to really be able to connect and to break bread with each other, which I know you always used to like to do. I hope you can stay for that as well. Please consider joining us for our homecoming service on March 9th. The second announcement is for and directed to all of our current members and regular attendees. This service is a great idea, and that great idea came from the community. As with most really good ideas, it takes a community to bring it all together in a really wonderful way. And because of that, we need everyone to open your hearts and your hands and be willing to step up to assist us in any number of ways. We've sent out an email to all of our current members and regular attendees with a link for a site called Meal Train. This will allow everyone to sign up to bring food and or to volunteer to assist during that day. We're really hoping for a really big crowd, and so it's important that everyone contributes and signs up as soon as possible so that we can host a delicious mixer and have plenty of assistance. I thank you all so very much ahead of time for your willingness to participate and your willingness to really be able to create this service in a really powerful way. I'm excited to see not only our regular attendees, but also all of the people that we haven't seen for a long time and to be able to just be together in a really wonderful way. So please consider joining us for that. I would like to thank Michelle Love for her beautiful meditation that expanded the container that our service will unfold within. Thank you very much, Michelle. And now I invite up Sean Shockey for our announcements.
I like that. I could get used to it. Okay. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living. Our Wednesday evening services for 2025 are called the Wednesday Experience, a look at life through meditation, musings, metaphysics, and magic. Each week, the evening will be facilitated by a host of ministers, practitioners, and others who will share an insightful, revealing, and perhaps provocative reading or story, and then facilitate a meditation. Following the meditation, we will all have an opportunity to share ideas with each other around the reading or story and whatever came up for us during the meditation. The service will once again be held on Zoom 7 until 8:15. Okay. Today, we will be having a Zoom meeting following the service. If you are in the sanctuary for the service, you are invited to simply stay. And if you are not in the Zoom during the service, you are invited to move from StreamYard to Zoom for the meeting. Or you can, of course, join us for the meeting only if that works best for you. The meeting will begin at 11:40-ish and will run for approximately 30 minutes. We will be facilitating an update on the TSL finances and allowing for gratitude, ideas, questions, and concerns. The link will be the same link we use for Wednesday services, which will be in the Wednesday newsletter and on our website. It is also right here on the screen. Next Sunday is Sunday, March 2nd. The first Sunday of the month. Please join us for lunch bunch following the service as we celebrate all of us who are having birthdays in March. More to follow about where we will be going, and this is an event I look forward to every month. Lunch bunch. You really get to know people so much better. You're free to talk about what you want to talk. You're just sitting there having lunch with friends. So, okay. This announcement is a reminder. Sunday, March 16th, we will be online only. 4 Points by Sheraton has a big event here that weekend, and our Zoom will not be available. On that Sunday, Reverend Dr. Michelle Wadley will be speaking. Her message is entitled Homes, Sweet Homes. Reverend Michelle is a pragmatic master teacher who unpacks spiritual concepts so they are applicable in everyday life. With a strong emphasis on emotional health, she will weave together a talk that speaks to spirituality and metaphysics as the powerhouse formula for living a happy, fulfilled life. She will also be hosting a workshop following the service on Zoom. The workshop is called By My Hands. By My Hands. It is a powerful exploration of the union between co-creation and personal responsibility. Within you lies an immense creative force, one that becomes unstoppable when paired with full ownership of your choice and actions. True manifestation isn't just about envisioning, it's about claiming your role as both the architect and builder of your reality. Together, we will anchor into the deep, grounded principles that allow you to consciously shape your desired outcomes with clarity and intention and power. Please mark your calendars to join Reverend Michelle and our community online on Sunday, March 16th for a very powerful day of deepening and everyday spirituality. Please welcome Michelle Love.
Thank you, Sean. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Okay, so our theme for the year 2025 is Rising Higher, Growing Deeper. Our theme for the month of February is Radical Interconnection. And Reverend Dusty's message is Letting Go, a new way of being together. I'm now going to read this community's purpose statement. This is our reason for being here. Our purpose is to inspire, educate, and empower individuals to experience themselves as unique and individualized expressions of God, the love intelligence that governs the universe. We are committed to not merely a theoretical understanding of our oneness and unity with God, but to consciously practice this truth in our everyday lives. Through celebration, service, study, and fellowship, we are committed to the transformation of our personal lives into being a powerful and beneficial presence on the planet. With the energy of unconditional love, simply, we are here for God. So now I ask you to close your outer eyes, turning within, open your heart and mind, and allow the sounds of the crystal bowls to just wash over you.
Okay, and now that your spiritual energies are on alignment with the divine, you can open your eyes. Hello, everybody. My name is Carol Cross. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm a practitioner here at the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living. And it's just a joy to be here with you today. So we're going to do one of our favorite rituals here, which is called the Blessing of All People. And I'd like to ask everybody's favorite bingo master to come up and join me, John Carnes. The Triangle Center for Spiritual Living honors both the truth that we are all created by God out of the same stuff, and that there is a multiplicity of divine emanations, each individualized and unique in their own way, as represented by this ceremony. So whether this is your first time with us, or your 1,000th time, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether you are in the room physically, or participating by a technology, or something in between, You are loved and appreciated here just as you are. Whether your soul is full of joy and possibility, or your heart is heavy and your mind is consumed with troubles, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether you are brand new to the science of mind philosophy, or you've practiced it for a long time, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether your skin, eye, and hair color are a rich, dark shade, or you're the palest tint of color, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether your politics lean towards the red side or towards the blue side or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether you were born and raised in this country or you came here from a different land or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether you are married or single or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether you are in the first third of your life, the third third of your life, or somewhere in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether you feel your connection with God is the driving force in your life, or you aren't sure you even believe in God, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Each and every color is beautiful, unique, and significant. They all combine together into an amazing whole. Thank you all for contributing your special vibration to today's service and to life itself. And so it is. Thank you, Mr. John. All right, so now I'd like to ask you to close your eyes as I say a word of blessing on today's service. And this morning, as I stand before you with my eyes closed, I'm really settling into a deep, deep sense of peace. As I had a lot of peace this week as I was home alone, as it snowed and things shut down. And that it was a good feeling. But standing here today reminds me that I don't have to be alone. I don't have to be snowed in. I can find this peace anytime I turn my attention away from our wonderful world that can be so distracting and into the truth of who and what I am, which is that God stuff we talked about earlier. So that means that I am peace. I am love. I am joy. I am abundance. I am power. I am wisdom. I am beauty. I am all good things. Because that is the nature of the divine. And that is my true nature. Yes, I have a physical body. Yes, I have life on a material plane. But the part of me that has always been and that always will be is the divine. And so that is what is really true about me. That's not because I'm special. It is the truth of everyone in this service, everyone in our community, everyone in the world, and not just everyone, everything. All the birds and the bees and the bugs and the trees and the rocks, every atom, every vibration of energy is also part of oneness of all creation. The divine. And it's easy for me to forget that. But the best way to remember is to be with a group of other people who believe in this way of looking at the world. And when you gather people like that together, you know you're going to have a good time. So I say a word of blessing on all the volunteers behind the scenes that you can see on camera. I say a word of blessing on Heather Abbott, as she makes sure that you can see it if you weren't here in the room, running her AV program. I say a word of blessing on Michelle, who just started things off with such a beautiful grounding meditation and contributed to this service. I say a word of blessing on the one and only Karen Daly, who blesses our community with not just her music, not just her guitar, but the very essence of who she is and how she contributes to us all. And I say a word of blessing on our beloved minister. She becomes that hollow reed through which divine wisdom will pour, which I know that each one of us will experience in a different way based on what's going on with us. But it doesn't matter, because it's all going to be good, however it looks. So knowing that that is the truth of today's gathering, that it is a gathering of divine spirits, I know it's going to be great. So I ask you to affirm with me that assertion with our words, and so it is. Okay, so today's reading is from Ernest Holmes, the founder of our particular church or spiritual practice. And he says, love overcomes both hate and fear. However, love does not overcome hate and fear through controversy, argument, or force, but by a subtle power of transformation, transmutation, and sublimation. It is invisible in its essence, but apparent through its act. As light overcomes the darkness, as the presence of heat causes the coolness of a room to change until it is warm and comfortable, so that the radiant action of love and peace dissipates hate, fear, and confusion. And so it is. So, and speaking of love, we have someone that we all love here, even those of you who are just experiencing her for the first time, because she is, as I always say, our angel with the guitar. Let's give a big welcome to Karen Daly.
Thank you, honey. No pressure. Got a little song about love. I'd gladly walk across the desert with no shoes upon my feet, to share with you the last bite of bread I had to eat. And I would swim out to save you in your sea of broken dreams. When all your hopes are sinking, let me show you what love means. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Well, don't you think it's time? I would whisper love so loudly every heart would understand. Love and only love can join the tribes of man. I would give my heart's desire just so you might see. First step is to realize it all begins with you and me. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Don't you think it's time? Well, don't you think it's time? 'Cause when we stand together, well, it's our finest hour. We can do anything, anything. Just keep believing in the power. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge, and don't you think it's time? Well, don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time?
Yes, Karen, I think it's time. I think it's about time. I think it's past time. Beautiful, beautiful song and beautifully sung. And I kind of feel like, maybe we could just end. Let's all go to lunch bunch early, a week early, because it feels like, okay, the message is really the dot on the I. It's the maraschino cherry on the top of that sundae that Karen just gave us. But, I've got it all prepared, so might as well. Just hang with me for a little bit, okay? So, welcome to those of you who may have just come into the sanctuary or turned on your television sets at home or your computers. And today we are completing our conversation around the theme of the month, radical interconnection. And like I felt about last Sunday, and the title for last Sunday, my message today is entitled Letting Go, a New Way of Being Together. That there is a lot going on in that title, right? So I'm going to begin today with letting go. Letting go. And we often talk about letting go around here. And today I want to do it from this lens of radical interconnection. For me, this idea of radical interconnection is intimately involved, absolutely important, and acutely necessary for us if we are to actually achieve our vision of a world that works for all. In order to co-create that vision, we have to remember that we are all radically interconnected and that we need to manifest the experiences of our lives, both individually and collectively, from that space and place, from that awareness. So, who do we need to be and what do we need to do in order to really manifest from that deep awareness and embodiment of the truth that we are all radically interconnected? From this space of being aware of our connection with everyone. So, as always, right, as always, we know that we live our lives from the inside out. And so we have to begin with ourselves. We need to begin with our own individual lenses or our unique stories, looking for and uncovering the hidden biases or beliefs that we might have and that are perhaps in resistance to or getting in the way of our ability to really create a new way of being together. Because we are the sum total of everything that we have experienced in our lives so far, it can seem, I would think, pretty daunting to be able to uncover all these hidden beliefs and biases. However, in order for the outside world to change at all, we need to first change our own thoughts, our own beliefs, and our own actions. We have to become mindful of the stories that we are telling ourselves about ourselves and each other. And we have to become mindful of how we are relating to one another. Now, the bottom line is that human beings are meaning-making machines. We are meaning-making machines. We create stories to give our lives meaning. We create stories to assist us to be able to understand the way that the world is and what it means, and to really understand our place in it. We make up stories about what it means to be a good person or what it means to be a bad person, and we make up stories about who is valuable and who isn't. The thing to remember, however, is that we have learned the stories from our families, from our cultures, from our histories, from our educational systems, and from society in general. So because of that, the stories aren't necessarily the truth. They are not necessarily the truth, but rather interpretations of reality based on our own particular lenses, on the lenses that we see what the experiences that we're having. So part of our spiritual growth is really to be able to critically examine those stories and to look for where our stories lead to separation rather than unity. If what we're trying to do is to build a new way of being together, then we have to look at the stories that are separating us rather than unifying us. Letting go of hidden biases and beliefs requires that we no longer live on autopilot, that we no longer live unconsciously. It means that we might have to let go of what society has taught us. We might have to let go of our need to be a part of a crowd, to let go of our tendency to be swept away by the emotions of the majority, to let go of the human idea that we know everything that we need to know, that we already know everything that we need to know, to let go of our judgments and our stereotypes and our othering and step into a new way of being together. It's extremely important, really extremely important, that we become aware of our stories and that we do the inner work to see if they're still working. Are the stories that we tell ourselves working not only in our own lives, but are they working in the lives of those around us? So often we tend to hold our initial thought as the correct thought or the right thought or the only thought. You know, our initial thought is the first thought that we have whenever perhaps we're meeting somebody new, or we're going through some experience that we're going through, or we happen to read an article online, or maybe we're watching a newscast. That initial thought is the first thought that we have in that moment, and the truth is, it is usually our most unfiltered thought. Our most unfiltered thought, and actually reflects our hidden biases and our hidden beliefs. Hidden beliefs and biases that often have very little to do with the truth. Hidden beliefs and biases that often have very little to do with our radical interconnection. Hidden biases and beliefs that often have very little to do with a world that works for all. It's so very important that we become aware of those hidden beliefs, of those hidden biases, and that we work to uncover them and to let them go. When we allow them to live unexamined within us, then we are allowing them to run the show. We are allowing them to have their way with us and to have their way with everybody around us. So it's so important that we do the inner work to uncover them, and then to do the work to let them go. And this is not always easy work to do, because it very often makes us uncomfortable. And I don't know anybody that likes to be uncomfortable. However, we have to hold our discomfort up against our own awareness of who we all are as divine emanations of God. We have to hold that discomfort up against the truth that we are all radically interconnected. We have to hold our discomfort up against our global vision of a world that works for all, and choose what is most important to say, or most important to do, or most important to be in that moment for the whole, for everyone. If we say a world that works for all, then what we mean is a world that works for all. On Super Bowl Sunday, I don't know if you saw it or not, because it came actually before the game started, and perhaps everyone was getting all their food ready or doing whatever it is they were doing. And Brad Pitt appeared in a really inspiring new Super Bowl. I guess you'd call it a commercial. It was a commercial for something, although I don't remember what it was for. But it was this new commercial that he was in. And for me, it really speaks to the second part of my talk title, A New Way of Being Together. A new way of being together. And in the video, Brad talked about the Super Bowl game and how that day, and specifically that event, was an opportunity for all of us to come together. For all of us to come together and to raise and praise these two extremely talented teams. It was an opportunity to celebrate what he called our greatest game. Some people might disagree, right? What he calls our greatest game, a game that teaches us what we can achieve when we gather together. Karen sang about being together. He then used a metaphor which I absolutely loved. The metaphor of what he called the most fundamental American formation, a formation that's involved in every single play, in every single football game. The huddle. The huddle. He talked about the moments that we are bound together by a common goal, moments in which we have reached great heights, or authored really amazing achievements, or pushed progress in ways that lifted one another up and actually lifted up the entire world. He said that we could not have done any of this alone, but that we do it together. That we do it together. He talked about the huddle being a metaphor for history, for the power found in our shared purpose. It is in the will to imagine the flight and then to soar skyward. He said it is in the courage to fight and defeat the enemy. He said it is in the heart to unite and bridge the differences, and in the audacity for us to say we are going there. And the images that were on the screen during that time showed examples of the first flight in Kitty Hawk. It showed examples of planting the American flag at Iwo Jima during World War II. It showed Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King and the Civil Rights Movement. It showed the space program and landing on the moon. It showed all of the amazing technology and robotics that are involved in the field of medicine at this time, and it showed the right for women to vote. All of these things we could not have done except that we did them together. We did them together. And as I watched this video, I thought about all of the circles and all of the communities and all of the teams that I have been a part of throughout my lifetime. And I thought about all of the different times that these various people have come together in a circle or in a huddle or in a small group or even in a hug. And as I did so, I was transported back to the feeling tone that I felt in those moments, this overwhelming feeling tone of love. Can you feel it? How it feels to be a part of that huddle. Now, I believe that each and every single creature on the planet wants to experience love. Each and every single sentient being wants to feel like they belong. Now, the challenge is that many of us do not consistently, or perhaps have never felt love, that have never really experienced this experience of belonging. Many of us are unaware of how our habits or our thoughts or our opinions or our beliefs or our stories keep us blind to the love that is actually permeates the world. This is a problem. This is a problem, a challenge, a huge challenge for us individually and collectively. In her book, What It Takes to Heal, How Transforming Ourselves Can Change the World, a woman named Prentice Hemphill writes, the idea of welcoming love as a means of relating to ourselves and others is challenging because it goes against all our training. There is resistance to love in a culture that puts us down, shames us, and encourages us to run after other, less authentic versions of ourselves. But what if we were able to see ourselves as we are? To embrace our histories, resist shame, and still insist on taking action. That, to me, is a love practice. I love that, a love practice. Brad Pitt goes on to say that the huddle is a metaphor for our collective spirit. Not only in the highest times, but in the hardest, in the darkness, in the trouble, and in the struggle. And in that moment, there were images on the screen of people coming together to support each other during moments of devastation, such as 9/11 or Hurricane Helene or the most recent fires in Los Angeles. I believe that the subtle power of love can transform any situation. It can transform any circumstance. It can transform any relationship. That anything is possible. Anything is possible when we come together, huddled up in a space of love, shoulder to shoulder, eye to eye, recognizing the best in ourselves and the best in each other. Ernest Holmes says, love overlooks the little differences that we have and finds a point of reconciliation with others. Love creates tolerance and human understanding, without which we become really divided against ourselves, and without which we almost unconsciously become filled with criticism, condemnation, and false judgment. No one can be happy or enjoy the greatest fulfillment in life until he, and I'll add she, has come to see that most people try to do the very best that they can. And when we are able to reach out beyond the indifference and the coldness of life, reach through all intolerance and unkindness, only then do we meet the divine center, which is forever established within each and every single person. Only then. In order for this to happen, however, we really need to let go of anything that is in resistance to actually expressing the love that is at our very core. We need to let go of our need to be right and our need to make others wrong. We need to let go of our judgment, our criticism, our condemnation, and our belief that the only way to overcome our fear is through controversy, argument, and force. We need to let go of our unwillingness to see beyond our differences to the core of each other, a core that is essentially the divinity that created each and every single one of us. We need to let go of the ways of being with each other that have never worked throughout our lifetime and beyond, and choose to be with each other in new ways of being together. Thich Nhat Hanh writes about a new way of being in the world, which he calls homo-conscious. He says there needs to be a kind of gentle revolution in each of us. Once we've started a revolution in our own consciousness, it will bring radical change in our family and our community. But first, we must be determined to change our way of living. In order to do this, I believe we have to begin with the truth of who we are, who all of us are. What we have to embrace is the truth that something greater than ourselves exists, and that we were created by it and out of it. And through that golden thread, we are connected to each other in ways that cannot be denied, in ways that cannot be broken. While it might, to our human eyes or to our human perceptions, that there are many separate expressions, the truth is that we are all just the presence of God at our core. Each of us can assist in bringing a new way of being together when we come together from a place that honors our shared humanity, a place filled with love and empathy and understanding and compassion. A place that is steeped in our interconnection. Each of us can assist in bringing forward a new way of being together through the recognition that whatever transformation we hope to achieve in the future will only be possible through collaboration and synergy with others. It has always been that way. Each of us can assist in bringing forward a new way of being together when we embody the importance of coming from a space and place of love. The divine love within us and surrounding us. Relationships and situations can be an opportunity for spiritual practice, as we all know, and for spiritual growth. Any moment that feels like a crisis can also represent an opportunity to let go of judgment and righteousness and to choose love over fear. Any moment that feels like a crisis. Instead of fighting the darkness, the invitation is for all of us to bring light and love, pure love, to that darkness, and then watch as the darkness is transformed. At the end of the video, Brad Pitt says, "Today we celebrate the urgency of now." Isn't it time? Karen asked, isn't it time? He says, we celebrate the urgency of now, the sensation of what's next, an excitement when you think about a world that works for all. What's next? The glory of this game, for him it was football, for me today it's life. And we do so as one. America, he said, it's time to huddle up. I echo him by saying, America, it's time. It's time to huddle up. Time to huddle up and find a new way of being together. Time to huddle up and find a new way to come together as one, as we were created to be. There really is no other way. And so it is. And so it is. Let's pray. Let's pray. So I invite everyone to turn within again, to turn away from the world of form, to turn our attention tonight, a nice, deep, collective breath together, and to allow our attention and intention to flow inward to the center of our being on that in-breath. To allow any resistance to our awareness of the divinity within us to flow out of us on the out-breath. Here, I feel that love, I feel that peace, I feel that joy, I feel that wisdom that is at the heart of who I am, because of who I am, a divine emanation of God. Just as I know that this is my truth, I know that it is absolutely true for everyone sitting here today at 4 Points, everyone at home that is watching this service now, everyone that will watch it later, all sentient beings on the planet. We are all connected one to each other by that golden thread. A golden thread that cannot be denied, a golden thread that cannot be broken. We are radically interconnected. That's a really good thing. And it's from that place of unity that I speak these words about and for each of us today, truly knowing that we are spiritual beings. Spiritual beings having a human incarnation. And as such, we arrived on the planet with all these good qualities within us. All of these good qualities that we can lean into with an inner wisdom that is always present, that is always ready, willing, and able to inform us, to support us, to guide us, to guard us, to remind us of who we are if we only get quiet enough to listen. So I claim ease and grace for us around getting quiet enough, around being able to remember who and whose we are and aligning ourselves with it. To letting go of anything that we need to let go of that is in resistance to that truth. And to live our lives from that space, knowing that that space, that place within us knows that we are connected to one another, knows that peace is attainable, that peace is the truth of who we are, and that we can bring that forward into everything that we do, that love is the core of who we are, and that we can bring that forward into everything that we do and everything that we say, and know that it transforms all situations, all relationships, all situations. But there is nothing more powerful than the power of the divine within us, the power of love within us, the power of peace within us. And I am so grateful to know this truth and to speak this word. So grateful for the power of prayer, knowing that these words are loosed into a bond that never says yes, that my words are clothed in form even as they are spoken. And I see that more going on. Shifting and changing and transforming and transmuting. And I see joy. And I see peace coming out of it. And I am grateful. So grateful for the way that it goes. So I loose these words out into that law, letting go and letting God be God. And I invite each of us to anchor this prayer for ourselves, for each other, for our community, and for the world, simply by saying, and so it is. And so it is. Amen. Thank you all so very much. It is now time for our conscious giving, and this is the time every week when we offer financial support to this community, so that we can continue to do the work that we do, so that we can continue to be a beacon of light and love and warmth in the Greater Triangle area. Today I affirm the truth that this offering supports this community, that it really prospers the one giving, and that it adds to the energy of sufficiency on the planet. There are 3 ways that you can give, and they're on your screen here or on your screens at home. You can visit our website, trianglecsl.org, and there are many different places on that website that say to give. There, you can text the word give to 919-629-9148, or you can actually send a check to our PO Box at PO Box 4062, Cary, North Carolina 27519. So I thank you all for your generosity, and now I invite you to take your gift, place it against your heart with an affirmation for yourselves or for someone else, and we'll do our offering affirmation in the call and response. I live in an abundant universe that blesses and prospers my life. I give with gratitude, knowing that God is my source. And so it is. And so it is. Thank you again so very much for your generosity. And now let's please be generous as we welcome the lovely, the talented, the amazing Sharon Daly.
Thank you, Dusty. Whew, that was good business. Good business. Brad Pitt. Who would have thunk? So this is a song actually that I learned for the wedding of the beautiful Eileen and Lisa. But it reminds me as well of people that I love, of my husband, of my mom. But it reminds me to remember how important we all are here and being our best selves and showing up for each other. And it's called A Better Place by Rachel Platt. And I've got a little bit of a frog, so let's see if we can get through this. I'll tell the world, I'll sing a song. It's a better place since you came along. Since you came along. Your touch is sunlight through the trees. Your kisses are the ocean breeze. Everything's alright when you're with me. And oh, you're my favorite thing. And oh, all the love that you bring. And it feels like I've opened my eyes again. And the colors, they're golden and bright again. There's a song in my heart, I feel like I belong. It's a better place since you came along. It's a better place since you came along. I see the whole world in your eyes. It's like I've known you all my life. We just feel so right. So I pour my heart into your hands. It's like you really understand. You love the way I am. And oh, you're my favorite thing. And oh, all the love that you bring. And it feels like I've opened my eyes again. And the colors, they're golden and bright again. And the sun paints the sky and the wind sings her song. It's a better place since you came along. It's a better place since you came along. 'Cause it feels like I've opened my eyes again. And the colors, they're golden and bright again. There's a song in my heart, I feel like I belong. It's a better place since you came along. It's a better place since you came along. Happy Sunday, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Now, wasn't that just fabulous? Truer words were never sung than "It's a better place since you've come along, Karen." but it's the same for all of our community. It's a better place since we have several first-time visitors. It's a better place with you here with us. And so thank you all ever so much for all that you do and all that you give. Okay. Now, we have, speaking of huddles, we have a virtual huddle in our community known as prayer practice. So that if there's anybody who is feeling like they're outside of the huddle, we have a way that you can come and get support by prayer for good things, for bad things, for boring things, for whatever things. So the way to do that is to go to our website at trianglecsl.org, and there is a button that says prayer request. So you click on the button and you put in whatever you want to get prayer about, and then all of the ministers and practitioners will be your huddle buddies in praying that pray out into the universe. So please take advantage of it. Okay, so today we don't have a physical flower dedication, but Dusty and I brought the flowers in our outfits. So, but we love to have fresh flowers to decorate our pulpit. So you can support with us by dedicating a flower dedication. It can be to anyone, and it can be for anything. And if you're interested in doing that, please contact Heather Abbott at info@trianglecsl.org or Reverend Dusty at dustyrippelmeyer@yahoo.com. And we appreciate that. Okay, so now it is time for our February affirmations. So this will be done as a call and response. I invite everybody to rise up because it's all about the energy. So say it loud and say it proud. But after me first. This month, as I explore the practices of interbeing and mindfulness, I become more adept at navigating life. This month, as I explore the practices of interbeing and mindfulness, I become more adept at navigating life. As I do so, I recognize all life is interconnected, and I am able to cultivate a profound sense of compassion and understanding. As I do so, I recognize all life is interconnected, and I'm able to cultivate a profound sense of compassion and understanding. This month, as I explore the practices of mindfulness and insight, I free myself from restlessness and craving and realize I already am and already have enough. This month, explore the practices of mindfulness and insight. I free myself from restlessness and craving and realize I already am and have enough. As I do so, I consciously choose to embrace my wholeness with wonder and love. This month, as I explore the practices of mindfulness and letting go, I do the inner work to uncover hidden beliefs, biases, and stereotypes within me. This month, as I explore the practices of mindfulness and letting go, I do the inner work to uncover hidden beliefs, biases, and stereotypes within me. As I do so, I become acutely aware of the ways my life force ripples out into the world, and I choose to participate from a place of love. As I do so, I become acutely aware of the ways my life and I choose to participate from a place of love. This month, as I explore the practices of mindfulness and oneness, I become acutely aware that I am connected to everyone and everything on this planet. This month, as I explore the practices of mindfulness and oneness, I become acutely aware that I'm connected to everyone and everything. As I do so, I commit to being awake, alive, and aware each moment of every day and to bring my highest and best to everything I do. As I do so, I commit to being awake, alive, and aware each moment of every day and to bring my highest and best to everything I do. All is well, and so it is. All is well, and so it is. All right, thanks. You may sit down. close your eyes for one last time as I say a word of gratitude for today's service. You know, in closing my eyes after those songs, after that talk, after everything that's gone on today, you know, I feel like the Grinch whose heart has grown 3 times long. And my heart was already pretty big to begin with. So that's good news for me. It's a good news for the community. It's good news for the world. And because we are all connected, I know that's the truth of everyone who's participated in this service. That we've allowed all this experience to expand our love, to expand our ability to live from that love, to expand our hearts beyond our physical containers out into that interconnected world, which are all these beautiful, loving, huge hearts connecting each other, supporting each other, lifting each other up, accepting each other. And that is a wonderful world, because that is a life that works for all. So I know that we've shifted the planet a little on the side of love. And I know that is going to be outflowing in the days and weeks to come, in our individual lives, in our community's life, and on the planet. So I do believe, I forget the exact words that Karen sang, but I think after this experience, when I open my eyes, I'm going to see a new golden light. And that's how I'm committed to living. And again, I know that this is the truth for us, all of us. So I'm so grateful for this work. I'm so grateful for these people who made this service today. And I'm so grateful for this opportunity to contribute my energy and our community's energy to making a world that works for all. So I turn it over to the law that only says yes, and ask you to stand with me in that place with our words, and so it is. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all so very much for being here with us today. Thank you to Michelle and Carol and their work as practitioners today. Thank you to Heather for being in the AV booth. Thank you to the amazing Karen Daly for her beautiful songs and voice. Thank you all for joining us here, and for those of you that invited us into your homes. I'm wrapping you all in a big huddle and reminding you that I love you all. Have a great week. Don't forget about Lunch Bunch next week, the homecoming the week after that. We're online the week after that. This is a thriving, awesome community. Please stay if you're in the room, and please switch over from StreamYard to Zoom and be there for our meeting at 11:40. I love you all.